And just like that, did Dorit Kemsley just secure her spot for the next season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Maybe. The reality TV star has filed for divorce from PK amid new photos of PK kissing another woman. Another woman that looks very much like Dorit. He's got a type.
Here we go now.
Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your #1 source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So the timing of this filing of divorce is also interesting. If you watched our Real Housewives of Beverly Hills recaps, and you already kind of know my view on some of the antics that these reality TV stars, more specifically Dorit Kemsley, pull right before contract signings, right before a new season. So earlier today, everyone was talking about PK being photographed with a mysterious woman. Not so mysterious, she's a reality TV star herself. Let's get into that first before we get into Dorit filing for divorce. So according to People magazine, they said that Dorit Kemsley's estranged husband, Paul PK Kemsley, is seemingly moving on. On Thursday, April 24th, the English businessman who's 57, oof, that's a hard 57.
That is funny.
On Thursday, April 24th, the English businessman was photographed kissing and holding hands with former Amazing Race contestant Shana Walls while taking a stroll after dinner in Los Angeles. In photographs obtained by People, PK was seen wearing head-to-toe black from his blazer to his shoes, while Shana, who has a striking resemblance to Dorit, was dressed in a white crop top, a matching midi skirt, and heels. People has reached out to PK's reps for comment. PK's date nights comes amid his separation from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star. In May of 2024, Dorit and PK announced their decision to separate after 9 years of marriage. They shared 2 children, Jagger and Phoenix. They said at the time in a statement, "We have had our struggles over the last few years and continue to work through them as 2 people who love each other and share 2 amazing children together." They wrote in a joint statement at the time, "We have made the mutual and difficult decision to take some time apart and reevaluate our relationship while we prioritize our children." And if you watch the latest season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, this has been the main topic of discussion with no divorce in sight, despite many people asking the question, so where are you guys with your relationship? PK was even invited to the reunion where he released a statement saying that the Dorit that he originally married isn't the Dorit that he's married to today. But again, if you watch any of our recaps, there have been so many signs and symptoms of like, is this a real divorce? Is this really happening? And part of me feels as if, is it real or is it they're hiding something else? Like the reality of their relationship. Are they giving us one version of the reason why it might be why they're divorcing? And it might be something completely different.
Can y'all believe this?
As you know, PK has opened up about struggling with alcoholism. He talked about it on the show. Dorit talked about it on the show. They even insinuated that he might be drinking again. So now we had the breaking news just a moment ago that Dorit has filed for divorce. And the timeliness of this, I say, is important because there's been a lot of things in the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills world. It seems as if we don't know what direction this next season is going to be in because Dorit took rhobh out of her profile along with Jennifer Tilly. I don't think Jennifer Tilly's coming back. Sutton, you don't need to come back. Sidebar, I don't know if I've even talked about this where Sutton told Page 6 that Garcelle was still following her Sutton brands and her other Sutton accounts. And immediately Garcelle unfollowed it. Anyway, so there's been so much. There's even a rumor that Erika Jayne might not be coming back. But now I'm also hearing, according to this new blind item, that maybe Erika Jayne has been demoted to a friend of.
Won't he do it?
Look, if you look at what she gave us this past season or what she didn't give us this past season, then you would understand why she might be considered just a friend of the season. What else is she going to offer us in the next season? Just asking. Moving on. Let's talk about this divorce. According to Page 6, they said Dorit Kemsley filed for divorce from her husband of 10 years, Paul P.K. Kemsley, on Friday, just hours after her estranged husband was seen kissing another woman. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star is asking the court to grant her sole legal and physical custody of their 2 children. Honestly, they need to give it to her because PK doesn't even want it. She told us during the reunion that PK sees his kids maybe a Saturday night when he's in town.
Loser!
Her words, not mine. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star is asking the court to grant her sole legal and physical custody of their 2 children, son Jagger, who's 11, daughter Phoenix, who's 9, according to court docs obtained by Page 6. Dorit listed irreconcilable differences as a reason for their split. She's also requesting spousal support and that PK pay her legal fees. This will be interesting because PK's money has been funny for a very long time, despite them barely ever talking about it on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And the fact that they're asking Garcelle, tell us more about your life. No, girl, you tell us more about your life. Erica's asking to hear more about Garcelle's life. No, how about we talk about what's really going on with Dorit? But okay. They continue. So sources with ties to the couple claim that they do not have a prenuptial agreement in place per TMZ, who was the first to report this news. As Page 6 previously reported on Friday, the English businessman was pictured on Thursday locking lips with reality TV star Shana Walls. The model, who's 50, she's 50? Oh, she looks good. Wore a white crop top and matching. Oh, why did they have to talk about her? Anyways, moving on. Okay, so here's the thing. So here's my first inclination when I heard this news. I said this, we've seen a pattern of behavior with Dorit. When contract negotiations are going on right before a season starts, there just miraculously happens to be some sort of storyline for Dorit to have. And again, do I believe that there are some marital issues between PK and Dorit? Yes. Have you met PK? Of course there's marital issues. But the timing of it always feels a little suspicious. And I felt like they were dragging this out this season because I'm thinking allegedly, because I heard things from sources, that production was expecting this to be Dorit's season, expecting a lot of her stuff to come out there. I'm wondering if production also expected Dorit to talk about filing for divorce, or did she sort of like dangle that carrot? And now, in order to drag it out a little bit more, she's going to dangle that carrot for next season. Let me tell you something, production. Let me tell you something, Bravo. We don't care.
Yup.
Even with all of the pomp and circumstance that you guys try to do this season with Dorit, it still was, again, a lot of fans felt like this season of Beverly Hills was not that great. And I think that's partially because the focus has been so primarily on Kyle, who's no longer likable. And this beef between Kyle and Dorit, we didn't care. And this divorce between Dorit and PK is not going to film. We have our first scene. She's filed for divorce. So we're going to spend the entire season talking about her going through the divorce. We don't care. She spent season after season not talking about the reality of her life, and we're supposed to believe that she's going to give us reality now. Even in this season where she was talking about PK and them getting a separation, all of the little things they did throughout the season felt forced, felt like she was producing. And that's the problem with so many people that have been in reality TV for too long. They start self-producing themselves. I promise you, me, and I'm sure a bunch of other people in the comment section do not care about Dorit and this divorce. We're only updating you because we talk about this show and we've talked about their separation throughout the season. But I promise you, I don't care about a season talking about Dorit going through a divorce. Don't care. But I'm sure she will come up with something for us to care about, right, production? All right. Guys, I want to know your reaction to PK kissing this other woman, to Dorit filing for a divorce, and her taking rhobh out of her bio conveniently. All of this stuff, that's the biggest thing for Taurus. Shout out to my Tauruses. We hate when people play in our face and think that we're stupid. I'm not dumb, but some people fall for it. Right, Bravo Universe? Maybe. Guys, let's continue this conversation in the comment section. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.
Here we go now.